Arsenal have finally ended the 2021 season. With Arsenal season finally coming to an end, the transfer window is now nearly upon us and rumours are starting to hot up. What is the latest on the future of Emiliano Buendia and a potential transfer request? Also, what about Arsenal's pursuit of Brighton midfielder Yves Bissouma? And does Martin Ødegaard have a future at Arsenal Football Club? Join me today as we discuss all things Arsenal. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Basketball Team. Welcome back to your boys' channel. Hopefully you guys are doing very well. And so 'tis the season of the transfer window, but what would you guys do with the future of Martin Ødegaard? And would you sign him on a permanent transfer this summer, or are you willing to let him go back to Real Madrid? Let me know down below and let's get into the video. Right, yo, first things first, let's get an update on the transfer of Emiliano Buendia. Now, of course, Emiliano Buendia has been a player heavily linked to Arsenal over the past few days about a transfer this summer. And for context's sake, in terms of recent days, we've reports from Charles Watt from James Bench and also the reliable Football London and Chris Whitley all confirming that Buendia and Arsenal is a real thing and Arsenal want the player. But today we have the most reliable source so far to comment on the potential transfer. As David Ornstein says, the Athletic understand that Emiliano Buendia and Norwich accept this is the right time for him to take the next step in his career, and the expectation is that he will depart in the upcoming market. It will require a fee of more than £40 million. £40 million is a lot of money. I mean, every time I talk about Buendia, he goes up in £5 million in transfer value, so let's just calm it down there. But David Ornstein has also added on that not only are Arsenal keeping tabs on Buendia, who wants to leave Norwich this summer, he has also confirmed that Buendia is highly rated by Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar. However, Arsenal's first choice target is Martin Ødegaard. But what the key thing there is that Buendia now wants to leave Norwich City. He don't want to stay there anymore, he wants to move on to the next stage. And the fact that Ornstein has confirmed that Norwich and Buendia both believe that it's time to move on says to me the players given a low-key transfer request and Norwich have accepted it and said, listen, as long as the money comes in and we don't get shagged off, we'll let you go. Hold the video right there. Before we proceed to the next part, if you guys can go down there and smash a like on the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to your boy if you are new to the channel. We are very close to 40,000 subscribers, so I'll massively appreciate if you can go down there, hit that button and make your boys day. Yes, you have other clubs like Aston Villa who would like to sign Buendia, but ultimately Arsenal is the club Buendia wants to go to. So essentially Buendia has made it clear he wants to move to Arsenal, but it's over to Arsenal now to see, do they want to pay £40 million as reported by David Ornstein? But do let me know your predictions for the specific transfer, and do you think Emi Buendia will sign for Arsenal this summer? But as Ornstein also confirmed there and there, Arsenal's first choice target is Martin Ødegaard. And as you can see on screen right now, Martin Ødegaard was the last player to leave the pitch as he waves goodbye to the Arsenal fans. Now, is that a goodbye forever, or is that a goodbye until next season? Ødegaard, of course, has signed on loan from Real Madrid. It is now expired. He's back to being a Real Madrid player, and yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. In terms of Mikel Arteta and Ødegaard's future, he has said, well, we're very clear and have a strong opinion on what we would like to do, but he's not our player. We would like to discuss in the next few weeks what happens, because he's a Real Madrid player and we have to have those communications. So Mikel Arteta is making it clear that he wants to keep Ødegaard. It's just a matter of if Real Madrid want to sell, and that they will do, my guys, because this summer Real Madrid are in massive debt, of course, for the renovations of the Bernabeu, and also they're a club that will want to make big transfers, the likes of Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, players they're going to want to sign. We also don't really know what's going to happen with the future of Zidane, but it has been reported in the past that Martin Ødegaard is open to staying at Arsenal, and some people have said he wants to stay at Arsenal. And so if the player wants to leave Real Madrid and Real Madrid need the money and Arsenal want the players, or do the maths, I think a deal could happen this summer. It's just a matter of if Madrid don't think he's the guy. If they don't think he's a guy, I think Arsenal have a very good chance of signing him. And yesterday's performance against Brighton was one of his best games in an Arsenal shirt, so promising signs for Martin Ødegaard, but again, he hasn't been as consistent as some Arsenal fans would like him to be. But if you right now were in charge of Arsenal Football Club, what would you do with the future of Martin Ødegaard? Would you sign him on that permanent transfer, or would you let him go back to Real Madrid this summer and say, listen, we want someone else? And if there is someone else, who is that player going to be? Okay, moving on, let's discuss the future of Yves Bissouma. Every Arsenal fan got to watch Yves Bissouma play yesterday, of course, at the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal, and he was one of Brighton's best players. And there was quite a few Arsenal fans saying after the game, why don't Arsenal just get the guy and lock him in the Arsenal change rooms and don't let him out? But alas, of course, he is a Brighton Hove Albion player, but for how long? As the Brighton and Hove Independent today are saying that Arsenal are reportedly leading the race to sign Brighton and Hove Albion duo Yves Bissouma and Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey I'm not quite sure about. In terms of Bissouma, I most certainly am. And as you can see yesterday, Nicolas Pepe and Yves Bissouma having a lengthy chat as the pair leave the pitch after the full-time whistle, and Pepe was almost giving Bissouma a stadium tour, pointing to him left, right and centre, almost showing him, listen, if you join this club, that's where your box could be. And ultimately, these two players do have a bit of history. Both of them used to play for Lille together, because as reported in the past by the likes of Football London, the Mali international has a close relationship with former Lille teammates and current Arsenal pair Nicolas Pepe and Gabriel, with the pair are understood to speak regularly. So in terms of Yves Bissouma, he's already got that connection at Arsenal with two former Lille players in Gabriel and Pepe, and that again will add to why he would want to come to Arsenal. So Bissouma must be asking Pepe questions about how is Arsenal, how is the environment, what about the location, is it fun, this is a club for me. And I also believe last summer Nicolas Pepe's close relationship with the likes of Gabriel Magalhaes probably played a part in his transfer as well. So what we need now is agent Nico Pepe to strike one more time. And in terms of the Arsenal fans, well, we were at it again, as we have figured out that Bissouma's personal trainer was at the Arsenal Armoury, the Arsenal store, yesterday before the game. You know the transfer windows about open when the Arsenal FBI agents come out of nowhere. But yeah, in terms of Yves Bissouma, do let me know your thoughts on the player down below in the comments. And after yesterday's performance, is he a player that you want to see Arsenal sign? As reported a few weeks ago by L'Equipe, Lyon will be willing to sell Houssem Aouar for £27 million, which is 30 million euros. Now in terms of Houssem Aouar, this is where it gets very interesting, because yesterday after his current club Lyon lost their final game of the season to William Saliba's Nice, that meant that Lyon could not qualify for this year's Champions League, and that meaning they're going to be in the Europa League. And so with Lyon not being in the Premier competition, I believe Arsenal have a very good chance of signing Houssem Aouar. First things first, of course, last summer we have a connection there. Arsenal wanted him and it was very close to happening. But also in terms of Lyon financially, with them not having Champions League football and of course the whole COVID pandemic as well, don't be surprised if Lyon force to sell Aouar just to get the money in. But do let me know your own thoughts down below in the comments as always on would you take Houssem Aouar at Arsenal for a fee of £27 million. David Ornstein has also today reported that Arsenal covet Sevilla's Jules Koundé, but they could struggle to attract the 22-year-old Frenchman who will cost around £50 million and is likely to want Champions League football. Now of course Jules Koundé is a centre-back, and it makes sense because Arsenal have let go of David Luiz now, and as good as a player that Jules Koundé is, don't we already have a 20-year-old young French centre-back who's showing massive promising signs? And of course that player is William Saliba, and yesterday he capped an impressive loan spell at Nice with a winner against Lyon, and it was followed by a nice cool celebration. And that's why, as much as I rate Koundé as a centre-back, £50 million when Arsenal have so many other priorities. We're talking right back, you know, centre-back as well, then you've got centre midfielder, attacking midfielder, left wing, or maybe even a striker. How do Arsenal have the money to spend £50 million on Jules Koundé? And in terms of William Saliba, we've already got a top young centre-back there. I'd need to see this guy given a chance next season. According to L'Equipe, William Saliba will be leaving Nice, and Arsenal are expected to give him a chance following the exits of David Luiz and failing to make European football. Because in terms of Arsenal's best ball playing centre-back, it was David Luiz, but Saliba has his own right to have that claim as well, because for Nice this season he's averaged 5 successful long passes per game, which is higher than any other Arsenal centre-back, including David Luiz. So all I'm saying, Mikel Arteta, is give your boy a chance, give the Mbappe of centre-backs a chance to shine, and we will be all gooch. But the question that I want to ask you guys for you to answer down below in the comments is, who would you go as for Arsenal's starting centre-back going into next season? And moving on to the other Arsenal news today. First things first, in terms of Matty Ryan, he has confirmed on his social media that he will be leaving Arsenal as it stands, but he wants to return as well. And if we are to go into the comments of the post itself, you can see so many Arsenal players, they clearly love Matt Ryan. He's a massive guy in the dressing room, and ultimately every time Matty Ryan has played, he's not let us down, and I think he's been a very good backup goalkeeper. But would you sign Matty Ryan as Arsenal's backup goalkeeper, or do you have another goalkeeper in mind that you want to see Arsenal sign to compete with Bernd Leno? Charles Watt has also confirmed that Arsenal physiotherapist Bruno Mazziotti has left the club less than a year after joining for Paris Saint-Germain, after the club opted against renewing his contract. Bruno Mazziotti is gone after 6 months. What's going on here? A lot of Arsenal fans have started to panic, saying, oh my god, we've lost the guy that's kept all these players fit, you know, but actually that isn't the case, because here's a player in Kieran Tierney who was injured for the rest of the season, and a lot of fans credited Bruno Mazziotti for getting back fit early. When in an interview with the Arsenal programme, he has thanked physios Jordan Rees and Sam Wilson for getting him back fit so quick, and he feared he would have missed the Euros. So apparently the guys behind the Arsenal injury record is Jordan Rees and Sam Wilson, and not Bruno Mazziotti, which is a surprise to me, but it is what it is. How on earth, after this god-awful season, have Arsenal only finished 6 points off the Champions League place? Is madness. Now ultimately 6 points don't matter when you finish 8th and not 4th. But what it does show is going into next season, as long as Arsenal get the right transfers in, the right profile players in, that gap is bridgeable. And as long as Arsenal, that gap of 6 points is certainly bridgeable. And look, the team in 4th and Chelsea had 19 wins. The team in 8th and Arsenal had 18 wins. We're not that far off. And it's down to the management of Mikel Arteta now and Edu Gaspar, the technical director, to see if they can sort themselves out and sort out a proper Arsenal squad. The one player who I am already looking forward to see play next season is Nicolas Pepe. And after his 2 goals yesterday, he has now been directly involved in more goals for Arsenal than any other player in all competitions this season, with 16 goals and 5 assists. And 13 of those goal involvements have come this year, so clearly showing that Pepe is getting better and understanding what Mikel Arteta wants from him. And that's why going into next season, I want to see an even better Pepe. Now that's your 3rd season, you have got no more excuses of adaptation period and language barrier, because no, that's your 3rd season, my guy. And so I am gassed to see how Papito can perform next season, and also, can you bring Bissouma in the summer as well, because I would massively appreciate that. But in your humble opinion, who do you think has been Arsenal's player of the year this season? Let me know some names down below in the comments. But there you guys go, that is the video. If you haven't, if you have enjoyed, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to your boy if you are new. The links to all my social media will be linked down below in the description as well, so if you want to follow your boy, please do, especially on the Instagram. But that was the latest Arsenal news today. I hope you have enjoyed. As always, that season is now finally over, and now we are moving towards that transfer window. Arsenal, I need some business, I need some good business, and I will see you guys soon.